Guys, I have finally done something that I've been wanting to do for a long time. Make good content? No, not yet. I have finally made a lo-fi beat. I've done a lot of different instrumentals. I mean, hip hop, R&B, pop, country, rock, EDM, house. I never made a lo-fi beat. I think most producers will tell you, lo-fi beats are relatively simple to make. There's sort of a formula to it, and I've known it from just listening to so much lo-fi over time, you know what I mean? But trying it finally for myself and just listening to it and listening to the beat play and just chilling back and relaxing, it was a good feeling. So I made it in Serato Studio. I'm gonna jump into the program right now to show you how I made it, and that will be the video. Leave a comment, let me know if you listen to lo-fi or not. Lucky Squad, never give up. Let's get into it. All right, now the first thing I want to get across is when I'm making beats, it's not usually just go in and automatically magic happens. That's not the case. A lot of times it's searching for the right sounds. So I wanted to play around with that. So I started looking through the loops that they provide for you in Serato. So that's the first thing I did. There was a lot of really good options, but eventually I landed on this one. And honestly, when I think of lo-fi, I think of like some kind of sample that's like looped and modified, playing in the background, something that sounds really chill, right? And then I think of the drums, those slow tempo. It's like boom bap hip hop drums, but just with a soft touch and a slower tempo to them. I think I found the perfect ones. These drums were perfect for me because they had like that little tail end of that little tambourine sample, so it had a little more length to the sound, and that's kind of what I wanted. Sometimes when you're doing a tempo that's like, if the sounds are too short, it sounds empty. So these sounds were long enough for it to fill in spaces. Had to add in some percussion too, just to make it a little bit more interesting. I can't sleep at night if I know I did a beat with just a kick, hi-hat, and a snare. Doesn't feel right. Gotta add a little, and a boom, stuff like that. The beautiful thing about the Serato sampler is it will chop up the samples for you, and then you could just play them on your keyboard, and it will just play different parts and different sections of the sample with different notes. And then you could kind of be creative and put them together the way you want to make your own progressions. That's exactly what I did. One of my favorite parts of this beat though is definitely the piano. Ooh, got the little filter on it. Phased in. Sounds very empty on its own, right? But it just adds such a beautiful touch. You'll notice just when making beats in general, when you're adding all your layers, a lot of them just sound pretty empty and a little dull in a way when they're on their own. It's all about the cohesion of everything all together. Last thing I put in was the bass. I used the Hawaii bass sample from the Serato sample pack. Here, it starts ascending. Then back down. So it's a nice little 8-bar progression there. After that, I just added little effects to the sounds, played around with the automation a little bit. Let me show you what I did with that to give it the type of feel I wanted to. Texture is everything, especially lo-fi, because lo-fi is supposed to have a soft touch to it. So this is really gonna show you why everything I just did is so important when it comes to that sidechain effect, the lo-fi crusher effect that's really cool that Serato has, the reverb, the automation on the filters going in and out so it sounds muffled and then high and then muffled and high. That was weird, but it's important. This is what it sounds like without all that stuff. And this is what it sounds like with all that attention to detail. Has that soft lo-fi touch. You could use my code LUCKYBOY to get 2 months free of Serato Studio so you can start trying it out yourself. If it's been something on your mind for some time to make some music, this is the perfect way to start. Link in the description, of course, for Serato Studio. Appreciate you guys watching. I'll see you in the next one. Serato.
Running out of time, wish this life was like a treadmill. Money isn't life, but I still about my bread still. Been dreaming all these nights, don't be telling me to get real. I think I'm better off playing deep out in left field. I've been holding back, thinking young and about to last, yeah. Had to put myself in check, now it's time to cash.